Greetings, Tony from Old River Hardgoods again. Well, the music you're listening to is Eternity Bridge. It's the title track from my fourth CD. As always, the links are down there in the description. I also added a link to another YouTube channel I've been playing with. If you're interested in Second Amendment type content, check it out. If you're not, well, whatever. Anyways, this video is going to take a look at, start off with a flea market find, one of the rare ones I've had this winter. And then we're going to take a closer look at a couple of those tools, as well as a closer look at a few of the other tools that have come and gone for the most part around here. So it's getting tough, but we got patina coming up, so hopefully I'll be able to find some really neat stuff this year. So anyways, all aboard! Well, while it was heading to be a nice day at the flea market, it started off cool, just a little below freezing, 30 degrees Fahrenheit, although it did feel colder than that for some reason. But there was a fair number of vendors there, but just wasn't much to be had. I mean, I stuck around for about an hour and a half, but you know, you can only spend so much time beating that horse. So anyways, I managed to snag a few kind of neat items. I got 3 hand-forged eel gigs. All of them with the appropriate patina. They'll take a little TLC. This big butcher knife is by John Wigfall and Company of Sheffield, England. They were in business from 1843 until 1905 or 1911, depending on who you believe. Blade's not in bad shape. That'll clean up all right. The handle, well, this red paint might be kind of sketchy coming off, and the handle scales are a little loose. I might have to do a little magic on that. But small Cobbler's Lasting pliers, kind of used, but might be able to salvage them with a little work. This is neat. A Holt House and Son, Baltimore, patented swivel head folding glass cutter. Now that's pretty neat, and I don't think that one's very common, but I'll have to do some research on it. Stanley 750, 3/4 inch chisel to restore, and a Stanley 130 block plane, double-ended block plane to restore. That's going to take some serious beating on it. It needs a blade, so like I need more projects. But anyways, hey, ain't a great pile, but it's better than no pile at all. Let me zoom out here because of the distance. There we go. And here we're going to take a closer look at the knife. Measuring 18 7/8 inches long, 11 3/4 inches from the tip to the top of the handle, blade length. And as I mentioned in the flea market video, this is made by the John Wigfall and Company of Sheffield, England. They were cutlers who were in business from 1843 until 1905, when they were purchased by somebody else, and supposedly they continued to mark till at least 1911. And it cleaned up not too bad. Yeah, there's some light pit and patina, but just a hint of mushrooming on the top, but you can see there's still a lot of blade left on this guy. Backside's got some light pitting spots. The handle's been repaired a couple times, at least once, maybe twice. And if you remember from the flea market section video, this thing was painted red. Well, I managed to get rid of most of it. Tell you, I let it soak overnight in the stripper, then went back and attacked it. And you can still see a few dots and spots. And got a check here and some more paint. And the other problem with the tang is that it is cracked. There's a diagonal crack from there up onto here, and things wiggle a bit. So, not a perfect specimen. But I took that into account when pricing it, not to mention all the work I put into it. Like an hour and a half or so. And it's not too bad. It's certainly not a name you see too often. I don't do too much in knives. I've sold a number of the I. Wilson ones over the years. Mainly because the Rendezvous guys like them, even though they are a touch on the late side for that era. But hey, people want them, I find them. And so this guy's off to a new home. So I figured I better get this video in before I packed it up. And we're going to take a look at a couple of very, very, very uncommon Stanley oval head marking gauges. First up at the top is the number 65 3/4. These are made by Stanley from 1911 to 1939, but are considered by the collectors to be one of their rarest, because they never made them in any kind of real quantity. Of course, this is boxwood, and it has some stain and usual dings, what have you, but this one's in pretty good shape. Of course, what makes this one unique is the pencil at the end. Kind of a neat idea, but I guess it just didn't win over the masses too much. Point's good, all the screws work on it. A couple tiny bits of paint, but paint's kind of the skirt of these things. And this one's still here and available. Unfortunately, nobody seems to want to buy it, but we'll keep flogging it. It'll sell eventually. Everything usually does. This one here is a number 66. These were made by Stanley from 1859 until 1897. This one has the trout patent on it. Let's see if I can pick it up for the light. You can see it. Good old Justice Trout was granted patent number 132421 on October 22nd, 1872. It covered a couple of different things as far as marking gauges, including one feature that shows up on the mortising gauges, but it also, the brass shoe, the infamous brass shoe. And again, this one's in pretty good shape, considering it's between 133 and 153 years old. Got some dings and bumps, and again, more little tiny bits of paint that I swear, when I was cleaning this thing, they either refused to come off or they were, kept growing back. But anyways, the rulings were all readable. Point's good. Point screw works. And another unique feature of this guy is a full brass shoe on the bottom. And well, it's got a little wear. You can still see the little diamond pieces or stampings there on the plate there. Yeah, I can talk. It's been a long couple of days with snow and all that. So anyways, this one here is sold. So that's one of the reasons why I'm doing this video today. But these are very, very, very hard to find gauges. And, if you're looking to add to your collection, these are ones to be on the lookout for. And here we're going to take a quick look at a couple of the items that got out here before I could get them videoed. one of which is the glass cutter I showed you in the flea market segment at the beginning. Philip Sinsz, that's Sinsz, of Baltimore, Maryland, was granted patent number 64157 on April 23rd for 1867 for the design of this tool. Holt House and Son were Baltimore, Maryland glass company, but there's just not much available online about them. But needless to say, this is a pretty rare tool. I could not find hardly anything, and it took some serious excavating on Google to come up with the patent because it wasn't in the data I have site. So I guess I should let the one guy know and have him fix that, but yeah, what are you going to do? Pictures of the head area. Diamond was worn a little bit, but more pictures. And there it is with it folded up. So this is a really neat tool. And I really doubt I'll ever see another one, but you never know, right? Okay, moving on. Down to this rare Sanduski metal and wood special wood plane. Again, nothing on this guy at all. No patent numbers or anything like that. It's either a weather stripping plane on steroids. They made a lot of those. Or I thought maybe it was a typesetter's plane, something to do with lead. I mean, yeah, the mouth's wide open, but that's how this guy was made. And, shot of the backside there. From the toe and the heel. See how thin it was. The 7/16 was the cut. And some pictures from the upper views and that. And again, this is just very hard to find plane, and this one didn't last too long here, so that's why it got missed in the videos. But you will have this. Here we're going to take a quick look at a couple of pretty uncommon files. These are watchmakers' screw slot files. This one was made by G. Anton Glardon, Swiss 20. It's 1/32 of an inch thick. This one is APS stubs, number 7H. And this one's 1/16 of an inch thick. And as the name implies, these are used for filing or milling in slots on the heads of small screws. If you're making them by hand, which sometimes watchmakers and gunsmiths and other craftsmen working with small items have to do. And somebody else did the cleanup on these. There's a little staining of patina, but the edges were good. And I gotta say, this is something you do not find every day. I won't say I've never seen them before, but if I have, it's been a really long time. And the stubs one is sold already, and we'll see how long it takes to sell this guy, but I'm sure it'll move eventually. Because if you need it, new ones are like $45, and I have this one definitely not priced that high. And stubs got a little more for it because of the collector value. So, but anyways, just something else to keep a watch out for. And here's the one of the eel gigs. This one's 14.5 inches long and 11 1/8 inches across the tines. And of course I cleaned it, but it was kind of a respectful cleaning. I did use Mr. Wheel to get in where I could, and a little bit of light sandpaper and some steel wool to get in where I couldn't. And as you can see here, the tines have been brazed into place. Originally this would have had a small iron wedge, but stuff happens and folks fix them as they need to fix them. So this guy's still here. We'll see. Here's one of the other ones. Boom, boom. That I haven't cleaned yet. This one still has the wedge in there. But it should clean up pretty much the same as this one did. I mean, you know, eel gigging isn't exactly an indoor sport, so you gotta expect some patina, but if this guy doesn't sell by the time patina comes up next week, I'll probably clean all three of them up and take them down there. See if I can't move them. But these are still kind of great collectibles and getting very hard to find. But recently I came into this hand-forged reamer. Overall, it's about 8 3/4. The blade area is close to 6 inches. No maker's mark. Now, I'm saying it was a dibble for planting bulbs and other crops of the type. Somebody said, no, it's a tapered reamer. Well, it's just really thin. I just don't know how much abuse it would take trying to dig through wood. The edges are fairly sharp. Shaft does have a twist in it, but that might have been done when it was made. Solid handle. Nice little square treatment at the top. Nail head type treatment. And there's usual patina, but really nothing too bad. I didn't clean this guy. Somebody else did the bulk of the cleaning. I just took a little rust off up top here with the recent stuff. But tell you what, a neat little tool. And if it ain't a hand-forged tool, it's probably a one-of-a-kind. Well, that's all for this one, folks. I hope you enjoyed my little presentation. I hope you learned something. As always, if you like what you're seeing, please hit that subscribe button to be notified when new videos are posted. Thanks for watching, and bye.